What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about some perks that'd be fun to add into Modern Warfare because there's not much perk variety because the main perks that everyone uses is Overkill, Ghost, and Shrapnel, and that's the perks that most people use because you get 2 explosives, you get 2 primaries, and you stay off the radar if there's a UAV. So let's get right into this. There's going to be quite a lot of perks from World War II, so here we go. First perk, I cannot pronounce the name of this, but it's on the screen right now. Shortly after kills, aim down sight significantly faster. Bonus, multi-kills instantly refill your magazine. Now this would be a fun perk because it would incentivize people to rush around and new players to rush around, because when you get double kills or any type of multi-kill, it would instantly reload your magazine, plus your aim down sight speed will be faster, so that would be a really fun perk to put into tier 2, and it would give competition for Ghost. So that would be a great perk. Our next perk is also from Call of Duty World War II, and this would be a pretty fun perk to mess around with, but this perk is actually going to be primed from World War II. Now I think this should be perk 1, but there's a lot of flinch in Modern Warfare, and this perk would be great not having any type of flinch, but put that in like perk 1, so there's more competition for Overkill in perk 1, because when you get shot in Modern Warfare, your guy just like goes up to the sky with how much flinch there actually is, like with his gun when he's aiming down sight. So that would be a fun perk to use in perk 1. It would give some competition for Overkill. Our next perk is also from World War II. The next perk on this list is actually from World War II as well. Just a lot of good perks in that game. Our next perk is Gunslinger. Gunslinger, fire guns while sprinting and diving, but there's no diving in Modern Warfare, so just fire while sprinting. Now, this would be a great perk in the perk 3, so you could stack the first perk that I talked about and this one in perk 3, and that would incentivize people to rush around. It would be a really awesome perk because, again, it incentivizes people to rush around, and it's just easier to use guns while running around, and it'd be just funner to play the game. It'd speed it up quite a lot. Our next perk is actually a pretty interesting one that not many people use. It's called Ordnance. Now, Ordnance, it's a pretty cool concept for a perk. It would work a little bit differently in Modern Warfare, so hear me out. This perk, how it would be used in Modern Warfare, just randomly when you kill someone, they drop like a pack on the ground that looks like a scavenger pack, but it's a little bit bigger. And this would count towards 1 kill for your kill streak. Now, it would incentivize people to run around more as well, because this game is just too slow when it comes to gameplay itself. So that would be a really fun perk to run around with. Our next perk is also from World War II. This perk is Duelist. Now, Duelist would work a little bit different in Modern Warfare. Replace it for perk 2, but it would only be available on pistols and SMGs, but those guns would have wider hipfire spread and not be able to use attachments. I think that would be really fun to run around with Akimbo P90s, because you could do that in Modern Warfare 2. But if that was a perk, that would also be really fun. Our next perk, again, is from World War II. There's quite a few perks that from World War II that would just fit so well in this game. So our next perk is going to be Energetic. Now, Energetic is a cool perk because it increases your sprint speed and you take no fall damage. So this would work great in Modern Warfare because there's plenty of times that I fell from 3 feet and I die or I'm at very low health. So we'll put this in perk 1, and that would be a pretty awesome perk, especially for ground war, where you could fly a helicopter and just jump from like a million feet in the air and never take fall damage. So this would be a fun perk to run around with. Let's move on to our next perk that is not from Call of Duty World War II. Next perk on this list is from Black Ops 3, and this perk is Sixth Sense. Displays a red area indicator on your radar with the direction left, right, up, or down nearby enemies, useful for not getting flanked by the enemy when defending an area. So this perk would work really well in Modern Warfare because of the people that camp in corners. Even if you're using Ghost, I think this perk should still work, but it shows the general direction of enemies on your radar. So this would be a pretty awesome perk to run. And if you put it in perk 2, it'd give it some competition with Ghost, because you can run around and the people that are camping, you know exactly where they are. So this would be an awesome perk to put in perk 2. Let's move on to the next perk. This perk is from the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and it's double tap. Basically, it just increases your fire rate. I think it'll be pretty cool, but have it where it's only the first magazine or the first couple shots or something that is the faster fire rate. I think this would be a cool perk just to run around with and put it in perk 2. And that's going to conclude my list for perks I think that should be in Modern Warfare, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Peace out.